up? What up? It's
Thank
your girl,
you.
Rockstar Diva, and
The Mrs. Blue House.
and you're locked in for another amazing episode of The Power of Networking with the lovely
Miami Tip
and
Christy of Pleatz Miami.
Yes.
all right. Miami is in the building tonight.
Definitely.
Heavy, okay?
Heavy.
So we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right into it. Tip, oh my God, I've been knowing you for forever.
forever.
I'm just thank you for taking the time to join us tonight.
No, thank you for having me, Diva.
I mean, you
Aw.
doing so much, man. And you making
Yay.
time, like you just entrepreneur now,
Yes.
author.
Yes.
Like that's book number 2.
This is book number 2, yes.
Oh my God.
It should be 200, but I'm working a little slow. But I'm getting there. I'm closer.
Right.
Talk
Right.
about it. Talk
Closer
about
to
it.
200.
You just got off this amazing. Well, you just kicked off the tour
Yes.
last week.
Yes.
This week you going to DC with it.
DC, Baltimore, and Philly.
Yes.
Talk to us
Yes,
about the book.
amen.
Talk to us about.
So
like,
this is my second book. It's part 2 of the first book. The first book is The Bottom Line. The Bottom Line is an anthology based on 10 different women from 10 different walks of life who some way, somehow end up in a strip club. Sex, drugs, greed, and envy all play a role in the vicious game beyond a pole. But through all the BS, the money is the bottom line. So that's why I named the book The Bottom Line. This is part 2, Shadows of Seduction, The Bottom Line, part 2. And it continues the anthology aesthetic of its predecessor. So it's still the same anthology, but this is 8 different women from 8 different walks of life who are lured into the darkness and seductive world of the strip club. The first book I wrote 10 years ago.
Wow.
Maybe a little more than that. 10 years ago, because I really thought it was a joke. I didn't think nobody would take me serious, like as an author, like because at that time I was still dancing and I'm tip drill but nobody knew that I had this like talent. I've always been a reader. I've always been a writer. So when my accident happened, I just was writing, and I was just writing all the stories I had from dancing, and I just was joking when I posted it on Instagram, and it sold. Like I sold the first day probably like 50 copies, and I was like, oh, this is a real business.
Right.
It's a real
Wow.
business out
Right.
here. But of course I was still dancing, so that money kind of kept me away from writing more books. So this book actually took me, the first book I wrote it in probably 2 weeks. This book took me 2 years to write because I'm no longer a dancer, and the game changed. So the girls that value dancing now or that in the game now, they're like, it's like they really glamorize that lifestyle now. Back then, girls, we were hiding. There was teachers and nurses that were dancing at night, or college students, and they didn't want it to be known. But now, since Instagram and social media and the cameras are out, they want it to be known. And I don't understand that. So it took me a long time to write part 2. So part 1 is more based on my personal experience. Like every story has a part of me in it. This book is things that I know from other girls, and then also things that I kind of made up and took from my own life. So yeah, Shadows of Seduction.
Wow.
Part 2.
That's
love
what's
that.
up.
And so let's dig a little deeper into the inspiration, because this is kind of like something that you kind of stumbled upon. But I see you making your directorial debut. Like,
Yes.
what? How did you get into this space? Because like from the stripper world to entrepreneurship, and now author, and now
Right.
about to make a whole movie.
Yes, a series.
Yes.
So
Where did that inspiration come
the
from?
series is actually based on a third book, another book that I have coming out that's going to come out in January. It's already done. So I'm shooting the series for that. I'm just a writer. So I started writing the screenplay for The Bottom Line first. I wrote that years ago. And but obviously I just have so much hopes in The Bottom Line that I want it shot right. I want it done right. So the budget has to be there. So I was like, I don't want to wait to get my foot in the door. I've never directed before or anything. So I never planned to direct it. I actually was with Ruts.
Wow.
So we shot.
Shout out to Ruts.
Yeah, shout out to Ruts.
Shout out Ruts.
Ruts is the one. I was coming to him to direct it. Ruts was like, no, Tip, you got to do it yourself. And I never directed it. I just knew how to write. So I wrote the screenplay, and I was so
Wow.
excited about it.
That's what's up.
And he was like, you got to direct it. I've never directed before. but I did it, and we shot like a
pilot,
like a little pilot,
Mhm.
and so that got my foot wet in directing. I was like, oh well, I could do this, and so I just started shooting for my book part. It's not part 3, my third book. I started shooting for that, and I'm like 4 episodes in, but I'm doing that to get people to be like, to see what I can do with a little money, because everybody I went to told me 150,000, 200,000 an episode, and I'm like, no. I've come from the music world. We make videos look like $1 million with $400.
Right.
I know you're not gonna tell me that it costs 150,000. So shout out to Ruts also for saving me a lot of money and
resources.
letting me do this. So yes, I'm working on that now as we speak. Yep.
And where are you gonna premiere that? It's gonna be like a YouTube series, or how you gonna roll that out?
That part I'm not sure yet, because I do plan on putting a big marketing budget behind it. Whatever makes sense, because obviously Tubi is there. That is shot for like a Tubi YouTube type thing. So if it makes sense for me to keep doing it independently and go on YouTube and I make more money that way, yeah. If it makes sense for Tubi, then yeah, but it's made for Tubi.
No, I love it.
Yes.
And so please.
Yes.
Yes. Please, you be quiet. You want to quiet one behind the scenes. And I just want to bring you up to the forefront to talk about the inspiration behind Pleatz Miami. Like, how did you get there? How did you enter the fashion world? I think that's amazing what you're doing. I think you're so talented. People don't really
Thank you.
see you in this capacity. So please.
So I started sewing as a little girl. My mom is a retired fashion designer, pattern maker. She did everything that you can think of craft-wise. Upholstery, drapery, cross stitch, crochet, knitting. Like, she did tailoring, custom suits for NBA players, NFL players, like celebrity gospel singers. So as I was growing up, that's what I saw coming into our household, because she always had a sewing room in our house. So I've been sewing since I was a child. I would wait till like when I was in high school, I would wait until we had like a specific event, and that's when I will make a garment. I wouldn't make garments for everyday wear. It's just I wanted to, be seen. I wanted to be noticed that it was something different. So I stopped sewing when my mom retired, and I went out and worked in corporate America for about 15 years. And then when I had my last daughter, when I got pregnant with her, I said I didn't want to raise another child working in corporate America, because there was a lot of things that I missed out on because I had to be there at work every holiday. So I just decided, God has blessed me with many talents, and that I would just, go by faith. And
Amen.
That's how Pleatz Miami was born. First, we started event planning because I'm like the craftiness. It's within my daughter, my oldest daughter, my mom, my sister. So we started a event planning company, and I just felt like I had to do something where I was in control of making my own money. And I started back sewing, and I started with maxi skirts. And, everybody fell in love with that. But I first made a post and said, I'm thinking about sewing again. And like, it blew up. Like, everybody that knew me, yeah, you need to start my birthday on such and such day. I need an outfit. So I was like, okay, this is what I need to do. And I just came back into it where I had a vision to, make garments that will make women feel empowered, make them, love themselves, just classy couture type garments. I said that I wouldn't do prom dresses, but of course, as I was making a lot of the skirts, a lot of people just kept asking me to do prom dresses and things like that. So I just had to branch out and start doing the things that I didn't want to do. Pretty much just allowing life to take its course and me not trying to guide and direct what it was that I was going to be involved in.
Wow.
So that's how Pleatz Miami came about.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, that's deep.
Yeah.
Sis, you got anything?
So I'm just staring here at
'Cause you know I
your
love to talk.
your
collar.
your
Choker,
collar.
yes,
Like
that's
your
cool.
choker is so
Thank
cool.
you. Thank you.
Like they don't see what you
Mhm.
have on right now. Like I need you to stand up.
Oh
Like
my God.
they need to
Yes.
see
Put on the
your design,
Well,
your outfit for
This
today.
choker, I literally, when Drea texted us the time for the podcast today, I just went into panic mode because I wasn't ready at all. So I just automatically grab these shoes that have tape measures on it, and I'll get up so you guys can get a close up. And I was like, I have a belt that I made to go with these shoes when I originally got them a couple of years ago. But then I said, I need something else. And I asked my oldest daughter, I'm like, you think I could make a choker out of this? Like, how would that look? So I just grabbed
Wow.
some pieces
Nice.
and I just put this together today
This
so
what
that it
I'm
could bring the
talking
outfit
about.
together. But this,
Yes. Move out your way, Lane.
I have on a
Yes.
I have on a balloon peplum top.
Back there.
Oh yeah, you walking out the shop, the people can't see you. We can see you.
A balloon
Ooh,
peplum
this
top,
is
which is
nice.
really like in style right now. But you know, for the podcast, please Miami had to enter the chat.
Yes.
Yes.
You
did,
girl. That's gorgeous.
So I have white and yellow, as you guys can see, but they can't see. But I have white and yellow tape measures on my shoes.
Oh, we gonna have the foot cam later on.
Oh, he got it.
He has it right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, he got
So
it
I
on the
had
foot
to do
cam.
something to
Yeah.
bring the shoes up, which is the neck piece.
You nailed it.
Nice.
You
Yes.
nailed it.
Yes.
You
Yes.
nailed it.
Definitely.
Yes, you
killed
did.
it.
So a lot of times I'm always behind the sewing machine. I've never been to a networking event. But I said it's time for me to start stepping out because I prefer to be behind the scenes. I prefer to be behind the scenes and make sure that the garment is right for pictures and things like that. But everybody is telling me that it's time for me to step out and, you know, start enjoying life and start letting people know who's behind Pleatz Miami.
Yes.
So here I am.
They didn't.
I heard that.
They didn't
Y'all see
lie.
that.
Eh,
Y'all
yeah,
need to
they-
get that.
They did not lie to you. So my thing is networking. Like I'm super big on networking. Like networking has gotten me this far. Talk to me about the importance of networking and the way y'all do y'all business. I'll start with you, Tip, and then you can answer after.
I mean, network is all a part of marketing, and marketing, you can have a great product, but if nobody knows about it, it's gonna go absolutely nowhere. So, marketing for me and networking for me is really, really big. I'm a people's person, so I'm gonna show up everywhere, mingle, let it be known what I'm doing, what I got going on, and that's for everything that I do because I'm always doing something. That's for everything. So networking is a really big part of my journey.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So as I just stated, I haven't been to any networking events. I've just been blessed that there are people that know me from sewing from back in the days when my mom was sewing because she was well known in Miami. And my clients, they actually go out to the networking events and they network for me.
That's
So
Nice.
I've been
That's
blessed to
what's
just be
up.
behind the sewing machine and have those clients that they are in love with the garments that I have made for them, and they bring the clients back to me.
Wow.
But now it's time for me to get out and actually, you know, expand, you know, level up, take the brand to the next level. Because I didn't get a chance to speak at the G&G Awards. I didn't know that I was going to be honored. My parents came in town and surprised me. And I really was trying to get there, but I had to come back and get myself dressed after getting, you know, you guys dressed. And what I would have spoke on was my journey. What has my journey been? My journey has been about purpose and carrying the torch to the next level. I come from a great-grandmother, grandmother, a grand aunt, and a mother who are all creatives. So it's about the legacy, you know, to keep the legacy going. And now my mom even told me it's time for me to take it to the next level. You know, there's a lot of things that I feel that I need to learn from her. But she told me that I'm so much better than what I think I am. So
I
it
have to
just
agree.
inspires me to keep going, to keep trying new things, and just to be the best that I can. Because every time I call her and show her a new garment that I have made, like sometimes she sheds a tear, and a lot of times she's just like speechless, and it's just like, oh my gosh. So that lets me know that I'm fulfilling my purpose.
Let's put the pressure on a little bit now. Because I know in that industry, people get a lot demanding. It's like, hey, I need my stuff and I need it now. Talk to me about a unrealistic deadline that you had with a client.
There's a lot of, I'm known to turn garments over within 24 hours. And through some tragic situations that happened within the last 2 years within my life, I have to stop doing that because it keeps me to where I'm not able to be present with what life is giving me day to day. So I've had plenty clients that have needed even just the maxi skirts within hours. They may call me 12 o'clock and they need that for church the next morning. And I pull through. I used to be up to 4 or 5 o'clock sewing for clients and, not getting much rest. So I'm just allowing life to flow, and whatever it presents me, when it presents it to me, and to know that if I allow life to just flow, that the things that I need for my business to go to the next level, the things that I need within life, they'll come to me.
Right.
So the team that I desire is coming.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that a huge backbone within my brand is my oldest daughter.
Yes.
She's just as creative.
Yes.
Not only does she know how to bake, because she's a baker, she has a baking business. She cooks. She knows how to sew. She knows how to braid. She knows how to anything that she tries, she excels in. There's many stories that could be told about how people will call her and ask her to do something, and she'll tell them, yes, I know how to do it. And the minute she gets off the phone, it's, oh, let me go on YouTube and find a video.
Wow.
And let me see how to do
Let me
this.
see how it's done.
I just told them that I know how to do it, and I don't know what I'm doing. And when she does it, it looks like she's been doing it for
Forever.
years.
Yes.
So she doesn't even know how blessed she is to have those talents and for them to be like second nature to her. A lot of people pay for those talents, and even after they pay for those courses, they still can't produce what she does. So as a mother, I'm constantly trying to get her to see what she's been blessed with and for her to push herself to the next level.
Oh, yes.
That
It's
is
in her
amazing.
bloodstream.
Yeah.
There's nothing she can do about it in her DNA.
And even with my 9-year-old, we're gonna start businesses with her as well and get her creative flow to start going.
Nice.
That's what's up.
I like how she talked about the kids and the entrepreneurship. That's a great segue. Shout out to your son doing now the photography tip.
Yes.
What is that like? Are you going to now infuse him into what you're doing now? Or what is that like? Because I see you promoting with the clothes. He just did his first photo
handed that
shoot.
down to him. Yes. So for my son, because he's been so heavily into football since he was 4, like it was his whole life. But I've always told him, you need a plan B, just in case. I'm not saying I don't believe in you. I'm just, I'm a business person. I believe in having multiple streams and not relying on one thing. So I would explain that to him, but he was like, no, Ma, all I'm doing is football, all the way until he got to college. And I'm like, so now he gets to college and he's like, oh, this is real life. Because, he need money outside of what I give him. So I'm like, well, what are you going to do? This is what I've been telling you. You have to what's your hobby? What is something that you love to do? He didn't love nothing but football for 18 years. And I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. So out of nowhere, he told me photography. And I'm like, photography? I would have never, I don't know what I was expecting, but I never expected that. And when he told me that, I was kind of excited because it was something that I already knew about, so I could really guide you. And so I bought him his first kit from Amazon for like $300. It came with everything, the camera, the SD cards, everything that you needed to start. And once I seen that he was taking it serious, he was even trying to get photo shoots with that camera, which it wasn't a great camera, but it was just a start, just to see what you can do. And then we started elevating in his pieces and stuff, and he started making money. So I started making him invest into his own pieces and putting his money up and elevating, his whole equipment. So now he's taking it very serious. He's learning how to edit in photography. Wow. He really loves photography. So I'm just happy he loves something as much as he loves football. And it's another hustle. Then he came to me. He was like, Mom, what do you think if I sold the onesies that you have? And I stopped the onesies. So I got like thousands of onesies in my garage. I'm not doing nothing with, because I stopped that business. And I was like, that's a great idea. And what we can do is, you do free photo shoots for the girls at school. They could be ambassadors. They tag you and all this stuff. Wow. So now I'm teaching him the digital business. So I'm like, now you can make money in your sleep and you don't physically have to be there like you have to do as a photographer. So now you got one in one, out of the millions to come that we're going to try out. So that's definitely been an amazing journey. And then I have him come while he was here from on summer break. He came to some of my events, and I let him do the behind the scenes and stuff like that, and take the shots. And then I was his assistant on his first photo shoot for the onesie stuff. So it's been working out really, really well. I'm just so proud of my son. Like,
that's awesome.
Especially when they can pour back into what you have going on, and then you pour into what they have going on, because it's so much like a common situation.
And he'll call me and he'll be like, Mom, what you think about this? Or how can I do this? So I'm a proud parent when it comes to that. But it's so important I've always tried to instill in him since he was young a business, mind, and take advantage of business opportunities. And I'm happy that it's finally coming to fruition, because it's so important that at 3 years old, like my nephew's 5, and I'm already like, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? Because we've all lacked financial literacy. I know for me, I've lacked financial literacy for the most part of my life. And I don't make nowhere near what I used to make, but I'm way more well off than I was because I have financial literacy now. So it's so important for me to pass it on for generations after me, that we won't no longer be in the blind, So
that's
the business
important.
side of teaching kids is extremely important.
Yes, it is.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
That's the things that we don't learn in school.
Right.
And those are the things that we need for, our adult lives, is to learn how to be entrepreneurs. Like, it's not to work for somebody else, but we all have gifts that we're given, we're born with. And it's up to us to tap into that. But if we don't know how to tap into it, then, we feel as though we're supposed to always work for somebody else.
That's facts.
Yeah, that's true.
That's 100% facts. And so another thing we stand on, we stand on networking, but another thing we stand on is collaboration over competition, making dreams become reality. What does dream collaboration look like for you?
Me? I'm not sure. I never really thought about like an ending or something that would really, I don't know. I'm just a hard worker, and I'm used to working alone, and I'm used to just making things happen that I don't even think about dream collaborations, or because it's very rare that people will come to you and want to help you and want to collaborate without something being, they need something in return, or they want to just take advantage of you. The music business corrupted me. So when it comes to businesses in any field, I rather just do it myself. Like, even doing this film stuff, that's a whole nother budget, more money that I done put myself into that I didn't learn about before I jumped in. You know what I'm saying? But I refuse to have people come in and take over my dreams and my creativity so they could benefit more than me, and I become a slave to them, and I'm not doing that. So like as far as collaborations, I really never thought about it. Like I don't know. I just feel like for me, I'm gonna make whatever I need or want happen. I've never thought about a collaboration on like anything.
In a movie, somebody to play your role,
Never thought about it. I just
actresses.
feel like when it's time for that, whoever I'm looking at or whoever I want, I'm gonna make it happen. But I don't have nobody in mind. Like, you know, I like even with the independent films that I'm doing right now, the micro budget films, right? I don't care to have influence. I want to work with whoever wants to be involved. And then I'm not a person that I'm not going to pay you. I'm going to pay you. You tell me what you want. I'm not a negotiator. If I feel like you deserve that, I'm going to give you that, but I need you to deliver just like I'm delivering. So I don't have no collaboration in mind.
Interesting. What about you, please?
There are some collaborations that I've wanted to do, but through collaborations that I have done with some stylists and not getting, you know, anything in return. It's just me giving. Again, I just allow life to flow. And when the time is right to collaborate with the right person, it'll happen and it'll be magic.
Right.
That part.
You know, right now, the team that I have so far is my oldest daughter and a friend of mine's who is a stylist. And people don't know, like, when we put those looks together, especially for Prom 25, like, it was them in the background that was finding those accessories, the hairstyles, the nail designs, like the makeup inspirations. And we created group chats with the young ladies, their parents, whoever was, you know, the person that was in charge, with helping them get their monies or whatever it was for prom. We created a group chat with all of us, and that's where all the inspiration would be dropped. Any info on, you know, what was going on with materials being made and, you know, the process. We created group chats, and, you know, they were a blessing because I got sick. A lot of those, all of those prom dresses, we started at the last minute. I got materials made in India. It should initially took 2 weeks. They wound up taking 6 weeks. So those dresses I was literally creating the day before prom and the day of prom.
Wow.
Oh my God.
And I got sick in the midst of it. And when I tell you, my daughter, thank God she watches me, my mom. She stepped in and was able to take over, taught my stylist, who I call my assistant, speaking things into existence.
Yes.
She taught her how to hand sew, and they stepped in and were clutch.
Wow.
That's
what's up.
So that's when I say that I can't continue to, you know, be that person that's turning things over within 24 hours. Yes, I can do it sometimes, but to say that that's what we're gonna do every day, no. I can't do that. I gotta be present with self and what's in front of me day to day.
Yes.
Nah, that's fact. Before we wrap it up, I want to talk about, like, what's some advice that you would give to an aspiring business owner? You Tip, maybe it's someone who's inspiring in film or music, because we really didn't even touch on. Wait, hold on, we got to back up before.
Right.
We got to talk about this music thing right quick, because music is crazy. Like, the behind the scenes people you're right, they're not educated, they don't know. I work in music too, so I see a lot of artists get let down. They get promised the world and they get nothing. And so just a little bit of advice to someone who might be inspiring in music, because that's a heavy world.
Run as fast as you can. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, because music is amazing. It's the music business that's not fun. And I just say, for anyone aspiring to be an artist or just in the music field, period, like, to have the right team and people that you trust around you, not people who want to be like you or they want to be the artist. You need everyone who understands the end goal is getting you as the artist to the next level. So you need people around you that you can trust. That's what would be my advice.
That.
Yes. And to learn the business.
Yes.
For sure, learn the business. I forgot this book that I have. It's a good book. Damn, I'm mad. But yes, read books on the music business, because it's not all about just getting in the booth, making things happen. And sometimes you have a team that it'll be like your mom or your cousin or your brother, and they don't really know the business, but they want to help you.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to strengthen themselves and, you know, start studying what it is to be a manager, what it is to be a road manager, what it is to be a music assistant. You know, like everyone needs to be reading books and bettering their knowledge on the music business. So that's 2 pieces of advice.
Nah, that was great. And just look for the TV world, because we really didn't even touch on that much. Being a star on Love and Hip Hop Miami, like, you know, that kind of pressure, like, you know, that comes with reality TV. Like, what is some advice you can give, you know, to someone aspiring to move in that light or that space?
For me, TV, I don't stray too far away from myself, which is why maybe people will be like, oh, Tip is like not a main cast member, or Tip, you know, I'll be overlooked a lot of times because I'm not doing the most. I'm not jumping for attention. I've been getting attention since I was 13 years old. Everything that I touch turns to gold. I get some kind of recognition from it. So I've never been the one to be like, hey, I'm going to do this for a storyline. Or everything you see from me is real reactions. These are people that I really mess with. If I don't mess with you, I don't film with you, because it don't make no sense for me. But there are people, and like with the whole, just everything with reality TV right now, they have little girls looking up, like they will do the most at 16. Like, it's all, to me, it's all messed up. It's all smoke and mirrors, you know, but by the grace of God, I've been able to have a level-headed mind through this. So for TV, it's another paycheck for me. You get what I'm saying? As long as I don't have to stray too far away from myself, I'm good. And that's probably why they don't call me a lot to film no more, because I just can't. But as far as like the pressure, the only thing that's hard for me is watching people be fake. That's the only thing that's hard for me, because it'd be like, bro, are y'all, I just be sitting there like, are y'all serious? It'd be funny. It's good. It's good television. I just can't get jiggy with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, y'all call me for scenes. Y'all call me. Y'all don't. I still got my own shit going on. What's for me is for me. And I can't nobody take that away from me. So I'm not gonna do the most, you know. So that the only pressure for me is just watching the fakeness, and just watching other little girls watch it, and then they glamorize that stuff, and I don't know. That's why it's so important for me to like teach the youngins, my kids, and other people's kids. I freely speak about everything, the pros and cons of everything, like the right way to go. Like, the youth is so important right now, and pouring into the youth is so important right now. Like, if it ain't never mattered before, it matters now with social media and things like that. Yeah.
I like how you said that. Nah, you answered my question. Okay. You answered a question that I didn't even get to ask, because they be saying reality TV be so fake. And I like how you said, well, everything that I do is genuine and it's for real. If I mess with you, I mess with you. And if I don't,
it don't have to be fake.
I don't got to be throwing drinks and all of this stuff at you. Like, yeah, this is who I am. And I love that. And that's what you're right. A lot of the youth need to see. I'm the civilized one, so that means I'm gonna be overlooked. But hey, I'm still doing what I'm doing.
And it's you know cool because you know what God say: the last will be first, and the first will be last. And I'm a Capricorn, so everything I do is strategic, and I move very slow. And it's cool because I see everything. And as I keep climbing higher, like, it just get clearer and clearer. And I'm just so happy. Like, everything I go through, my life goes in a full circle. I know that whatever I go through, it's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen to better me as a woman, as a human. You know, like, everything is supposed to happen. So, like I said, God always said, last will be first, first will be last.
No, that's real. And so, please, what is some advice? Because in the designer world, I be seeing designers get chipped, like people steal your designs and you know, and use your ideas, and like what's some advice in that? That's a tricky world you in too.
Yes, it is. I always like there's a lot of designers in Miami even that I've helped on projects, and when they do their captions or any credits, like they don't give me a shout out. For me, it's not about that. I grew up watching my mother help so many people within the same industry as her. So I've always had the mindset that we can be given the same project. We can have the same materials to create that project. And because our visions are different, our construction is different, it's always going to be a different outcome. So for me, I always think about, I think it was Coco Chanel that said, if you plan to, like, it's like if you plan to be the best, expect to be duplicated. Like, expect for somebody to copy you. So if I'm not being copied, then I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm not, at the end of the day, like she said, like Miami Tip said, whatever's for me is for me. There's a lesson for me to learn within everything. So even when people may copy you, it's like, dang, like I even had, from last prom season, they didn't even give me a whole prom season. They copied the headpiece. They even copied it all the way down to the pose that the young lady did to hold her headpiece. Like, they even put the pieces hanging down that my daughter created to hang down on the headpiece. Like, a lot of people, they jump into the fashion industry because they see that it's money to be made. But there's no creativity behind it.
No passion.
There's no passion behind it. You're absolutely right. There's no passion behind it. They jump on YouTube. They watch YouTube University. And that's why you hear so many horror stories, because they don't have the craft behind it. They don't have the knowledge. People don't understand that when you come to me and you want me to create a garment, you're not just paying me just for the fabrics. No, you're going to pay me for the materials that I have to use. You're going to pay me for my time. You're going to pay me for my knowledge, because there's a lot of things that I had to learn along the way to be able to give you what it is that you're looking for. And a lot of times I try, even though I tell them that I don't duplicate others' designs, I try my best to get it as close to what it is that they're looking for, but to still put the Pleatz twist on it. Because that's just in me. I know what I'm capable of. And I don't care. Like, if they copy, they copy. Like, it is what it is. I mean, I was like, dang, they ain't even give me a whole prom season to get through the prom season. And she was like the very beginning of May. So it was like that. It was like a week later. And there it was, like the same exact thing. I said something to my daughter and my assistant, Kiwi Sweets, the stylist. I said something to them. And I just left it as that, like water under a bridge.
Well, guess what? They are watching.
They definitely watching.
Definitely.
That mean they watching.
Let them keep watching.
So keep feeding
keep
them.
Watching.
You know, that's what we say. Keep feeding them.
And
Keep
feeding
I used to
them.
let like I'm not getting like my followers. I have like not even 2,000 followers on Instagram, and that used to really bother me. That I used to have other designers call me and say, like, your work, like your following does not reflect your work. Like, you're dope. A lot of them, because I am older than they are, I don't look it. A lot of them are in their 20s. And it's like, you're so dope. Like, you're able to, sew for older people and they look good and it's within their age range. And you also can do the same thing for younger people. How do you do that? Because I can't sew for older clients. So, I just try and continue to do whatever it is that's my vision, what's on my heart. And I just pray that my clients love what I've created, because it's a lot of love that's going into it.
True deal.
Yes.
So, sis, you want to drop that question on them?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
What question?
So, Chrissy, tell me, Miss Pleatz.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your definition of a pretty hustler?
My definition of a pretty hustler. Ooh.
Yes, I'm listening.
Why you ain't ask Miami Tip first?
Because you're next to me.
No, my definition of a pretty hustler, not even knowing what pretty hustler is about, but just a woman that's hustling. She's on her grind. She's making it happen. You know, for me, being on my grind is whatever that looks like for me. Out there making whatever I have to make, just making ends meet. I'm doing my best. I don't know. Maybe
I think that was a good answer.
Maybe I need to get out into the networking field in some of these women's events, and then I'll learn what a pretty hustler really is. Because I've been in the house.
Right, we looking at her, right?
Look in the mirror.
I'm a pretty hustler.
That's a pretty hustler.
Wow, someone just walked up in here, just did this today, this whole outfit today. What?
That's definitely a pretty hustler. You turned the tape measure into a choker.
You are her.
That's a pretty hustler.
Yes.
For sure.
So, Miami Tip,
Yes.
what is your definition of a pretty hustler?
The same thing she said. A woman who holds her head high through it all and gets everything she needs to get done by any means necessary.
Yes, I agree. Totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
100%. So, yeah, man, it has been an amazing episode. We got to let these superstars go, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank y'all so much for stopping by the Power of Networking podcast before we get out of here.
Wait, one moment. Before they go, we need these young ladies to drop their social media handles to let everybody know how they
very
can reach
important.
you, how
Circle
they can
back.
contact you, how they can get the book, how they can call you to book for their prom dress or whatever outfit that they need.
Right.
I need y'all to shout that out for me.
Okay, so the Pleatz Experience will start booking for prom season 25 on Sunday. My Instagram handle is Pleatz_Miami, PLEATZ_Miami. My Facebook is Christy L. Young, and that's how you can find me.
Everything for me is at Miami Tip 305. And my books are available on all major book platforms: Amazon, Google, Apple Books, Barnes and Nobles, anywhere you can find books, you can get my books. So make sure you go get my book, Shadows of Seduction, The Bottom Line, Part 2.
Yes.
That part. So, Robbie, can the camera see what we see? I just want them to see this Pleatz production video. Shout out to MB, the man. Oh, we can plug it in. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. So, I'm going to just close out.
Well, shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
We'll cut it in to say, so we're going to insert some of her work through a video at the end so you guys can check it out.
Okay. Yeah, y'all check out this amazing video by MB that showcases Pleatz Miami work. It is super crazy. Y'all be sure to book Sunday. The book can get open on Sunday, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Close on Sunday too, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And it closed on Sunday, so y'all better get in. She say the people already in her DM right now, so
yes,
y'all better start playing it and lock in.
And it's limited spaces.
Right.
So y'all better
get
go
in
ahead
early.
and book as soon as it open on this one on what is it?
Sunday.
September 8th.
Sunday.
I'm trying to think of the dates. It's September 8th.
Yes.
September 8th, y'all better lock in, man. Before we get out of here, I want to shout out to these amazing guests, man. Miami Tip, Pleatz Miami. Like, these ladies I've known for some time. And man, it's so much, man. It's like, dang. It's like, I want to go, but then it's like, dang, I forgot to talk about this.
Shanika, y'all ain't even tell them that Pleatz Miami is behind y'all.
It's behind. Oh, you know
look,
what? And I
was about to talk about Glitz and Girl, but I'm like, dang,
just
we
now.
talk
I was
about
gonna
that.
just slide in.
So we got to cut that part, Robbie. It's like, dang, we got to talk about Glitz and Girl Power a little bit.
We do.
But these are two former Glitz and Girl Power honorees.
Yes.
Like, very big deal right here. on this stage. Like
Yes.
very, very big deal. The support goes a long way.
Yes.
For Tip, always supporting, always standing in the gap, always holding the sign. Girl, because you know, I chase the people around, right? You see the sign, but I chase the people around, say, hold my sign, get a picture with the sign. And every time I probably got about 80 pictures of Tip Drill with a picture, but I love
Miami
her.
Tip been rocking with us from way back.
The flyer.
When I
like
went to the
way
Glitz and
back.
Girl Power with the rubber outfit.
Oh my God. The
Why did I do that?
After prayer.
I didn't know what to expect.
We messed up on that one.
I wish we
I
could
did
have
not know
connected
what
you with
to
Pleatz back
expect,
then.
and I
We
wore
should
this
have had
leather outfit with the
What?
horns,
Oh my
and
Yes.
everybody's in like gowns
God.
and dresses and classy.
Oh my
But I had a
God.
ball though.
Yes, that was like mouth drop.
I have videos
That was
from
mouth
that.
drop.
I'm like, oh,
Everybody was like,
my God.
In the show, we had her right after the prayer. It's like,
Yes.
yes. Thank you, Lord. And it's like, y'all serious right now?
God.
We were so serious because she walked up there fearlessly and got her award, baby.
Yes,
When
she
I walked
did.
in, I
So-
was like, oh my,
my
God.
God.
But I'm here. She
I
let me
know
have
that's
the best
right.
of it.
That part.
And you definitely
your
owned
award.
the room. She
That
did
part,
not
she
leave.
did.
She stayed. She watched all the other honorees get their award. Now that was
With
real
the
right
double
there.
horn.
Yes.
With the devil on.
Oh my God.
Well, we got
I'ma
Pleatz
find
in the
that picture and
network,
see if
so
we-
you good now, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't got no horns no more.
This
I can give me a
woman,
dress for the
You
next
get your
one.
dress
Yeah.
for the next one. Yes.
she gonna have you right. To
Suited and
custom,
booted.
whatever you want, she gonna have you right.
Yes.
And that's what I love. Like
Yes.
2 honorees, y'all. Glitz and Girl Power. And we back for year 9, so y'all don't sleep.
Yes.
And they gonna be definitely be involved. You gonna see the books. If you don't get it online, you might be able to catch them at Glitz if they ain't sold out by then.
Right.
Cause she said she only got about 20 left. So I don't know. Y'all better call now. Y'all better follow, get in the DM or get the
Better
link.
slide
Gotta
some
get
kind
that
of
Boy, they
way.
say it's about only a little bit left. She only got 2. See, she ain't bring that
Right.
much. One for me, one for Nika.
Right.
Hey, that's it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
The rest,
you
you gotta get offline.
Gotta get it online.
And so that's what we doing. I'm feeling like, is there anything else? Because I want to close, but then it's like, dang.
No, y'all was
I wanna
supposed
make
to
it
talk
juicy.
about her doing
Yes.
her outfits for the Glitz.
For
and Girl
Glitz.
No,
Power.
she could talk about that. You talk about how you did that because they gonna see the video, and you could be talking about how you did that, and this
Let
gonna
me
be
tell
playing
you.
while the video
Well, let me
going
tell
on.
you about Miss Pleatz, because I got a testimony on Miss
Oh,
Pleatz.
come on with the
So,
testimony.
Miss Pleatz didn't even do my measurements like until 2 days, maybe 1 or 2 days prior to. When I tell you that dress she brought into my room that day of the show, when I said it was a perfect fit, we didn't have to adjust.
Not one
We
time.
didn't have to do nothing, not one time. Matter of fact, she cut the side and made me a long split and say, no, we finna show this leg now. And I'm like, that was the only thing that she did. Because when I put the dress on, when I said it fit me perfectly, it fit me perfectly. So if you need something fast, well, we ain't promoting fast, but book your stuff so it could be on point. But just imagine she having time, like really, like coming, like, but my thing was laid because baby, I was fitted to the guards. Okay.
Yeah.
When I walked in, the heads was turning. People
Yes.
was like, oh, that dress is gorgeous. My sister came and stole the dress from me. I don't got the dress no more. But guess what? You need to hit Miami Pleatz up because baby, she is the real deal.
And look, unlike her, I still got my dresses, baby. They hanging up. I don't know. I was almost about to wear it back to Glitz, but she told me, no, you cannot wear the dress back again, D, because, hey, I Tiffany Haddish my dress, baby. I wear it many times as I like. I wear it to the store. I wear the Glitz and Girl Power, and I wear it anywhere else I please. Y'all just don't post me, so please don't see it, okay? And that's 10-4, and I'm over and out on that note. Play the video, Robbie. You're now tuned in to the Power of Networking podcast with the Pretty Hustlers. Hey, it's your girl, Rockstar Diva, in the Mrs. Blue House. And you are tapped into the Power of Networking podcast. Making my dreams become a reality. That's all we know